Hey there, Joseph Long, the sumo-sized ginger coming at you today, and today we're going to be talking about stress and how it affects your weight loss. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like some weight loss advice, some inspiration, or you just want to keep an eye on my journey. So I have an update for you guys today. We finally found a house, and I think we're going to start moving into it next week. That relieves some stress off of my shoulders. That's a big part of why I've been stressing out this past week. Just because I haven't known where we're going. Now that we know, I'm ready. I'm prepared. I've been excited, but now we can actually do something about it. Back on topic though. We're talking about stress and how it affects us. I know this past week I really struggled with my stress level. I tend to meditate a lot to begin with, but for some reason I just couldn't shake it off. There was nothing I could do to get rid of a sense of dread that just kept creeping up on me. But I persevered, I worked through it, I stayed positive, and I'm glad that I did. I'm very lucky to have supportive people around me that help me stay centered when I'm starting to lose myself into these feelings. And that's a big part of this, guys. You have to communicate with everyone else how you're feeling. People don't want you to feel like crap, especially your loved ones. They want to hold you close. They want to make you feel special. Let them. It will really help you. If you're struggling with anxiety, depression, anything else, talk about it. People want to help. So now I've got a different kind of stress I've got to plan for, and that's moving in and of itself. I'm very mobility limited, and so it can be a stressful time for me. I mean, not just because of physical, but just the whole mental aspect of it too. One thing's for sure though, I am definitely used to moving, and I thank being an army brat for that. If it weren't for that, if we weren't moving around every 2-3 years when I was a kid and my dad was in the military, I think I would have a real problem with moving. But since I'm used to it, I'm better able to adjust and set myself to where I need to be successful. By the way, house shopping in a pandemic, such a pain in the butt. Everything's online and transitioning to online. We've only really seen the house in a virtual tour. We're not even going to get to see it until the 7th. Very stressful. But if the tour holds up, it looks like it's going to be a nice, much bigger, especially than where we live now. It's got an upstairs, 3 bedrooms, 2,100 square feet, quite a bit larger than where we're at now. Now, what caused part of my stress is, I've told you guys before when this whole thing started, when all of this pandemic came about, my life didn't really change. While everyone else was losing their jobs and struggling to find a way to pay for things, I've been doing that for 10 years. So to me, it was nothing more than a transition of everybody else coming to the way that I live and have had to live. So the real stressor in all of the finding the house for me was my ID expired. And I didn't realize it. It didn't just expire. It expired 6 years ago, which shows you how often I need it. And it wouldn't have been a problem during normal times. I just would have gone up to the DMV and gotten a replacement. Well, unfortunately, here in Washington State, all the DMV offices are closed until further notice and only open for emergency appointments. All fine and dandy. Go online, sign up for one of their appointments, and the soonest they can get me in is November 28th. 3 days before I have to move out of here. But I need a copy of my ID in order to give to these new land property managers. Thank God, though, we found somebody who was willing to get me in much sooner. I now have an appointment on Tuesday, November 3rd, and that's a big relief. On top of that, they were willing to accept a copy of my birth certificate and my ID, which made getting it approved much easier. Now I'm just ready to move. By the way, I know she'll probably never see this, but I have to thank the agent Sherry from the DMV for helping me. No one else would, and she was fantastic. Thank you, Sherry. But I'm still having problems relaxing, and I don't really know why. I mean, things that I would normally do to help me relax, go play a video game or read a book, for whatever reason, they just aren't having the same effect today. And not just today, but yesterday and the day before that. I mean, this whole past week, I felt like just a bundle of electrified stress. I don't think it's this class. I don't think it's anything to do with it. I'm actually really excited to try and get out and try this stuff in an actual working environment. But it's still there. If I could pinpoint what it was, I bet you I could conquer it much easier. But it's a good thing I have friends and family that care about me and are constantly watching out for me. They are what has helped me stay grounded during all of this. Without them, I would have been in trouble. So, how does stress affected my weight loss? Wow, I made it pretty far in before I brought that up. I can tell you for sure it definitely affected my sleep. And sleeping is a huge part of weight loss. If you're not getting good sleep, your body is not going to be in sync. And so, when it's not in sync, you're not going to lose the weight. Not to mention, lack of sleep probably leads to increased cortisol levels. And because of commercials nowadays in America, I'm sure we all know cortisol levels cause you to gain weight. So, I do know that on this carnivore diet, even through all of this stress, which used to be the hardest time for me not to eat, I haven't been hungry really. I really feel like this carnivore diet is helping me to conquer a different issue I had, which was hunger constant. Now, I just don't feel it so much. I mean, I get hungry, but it's different. I can tell I'm just bored. I can tell a million different things that make me realize I don't need food right now. So that's what I'm going to focus on this week. I'm really going to focus on reducing my stress. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to increase how often I meditate. I don't necessarily meditate every day, but I think I'm going to start. I'm also going to start doing some other techniques that I've been told in the past by my father, who I know he also struggles with some of the same issues I do. And it's simple things, just drumming, giving in to my fidgeted spirit and letting myself fidget. Just anything to help me relax. I do think the exercise I've been doing has helped me. Even when I've been at my most anxious, I've always been ready to come in and fall asleep. And I think a big part of that has to do with how much I've been working out, what I'm doing to work out. And I think it's making me exhausted physically, which is making it much easier to sleep. All through this with my anxiety and everything, that is one area I've been pretty fortunate hasn't suffered too much. It did one day last week, I didn't sleep at all. But other than that, no, when I exercise, it helps me be ready to sleep. It helps me be ready to not worry about the things I can't control and to focus on the things that I can. That's all I have time for today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like and a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like some weight loss advice, some inspiration, or you just want to keep an eye on my journey. I'll see you guys next time. Laters.